Prop the mic here, back at it on a Monday, coming to you. I think it's nice in New York, right? Today?
It's beautiful. It's like 75 degrees, and the whole week is going to be nice. So,
you got warmer weather in New York than LA. Pretty good.
So if we have like 8-minute podcasts this week, it's because I don't feel like being stuck on the computer.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't do that. We're gonna give you our all here.
That's right, as always. What's going on?
Yeah, so this weekend was fun in terms of basketball, right? Get the had the early games and then like a little bit of a break and then a night game each day. And the Knicks were terrible, but they have a chance to redeem themselves tonight. Lakers look good, and the Celtics and Sixers split over the long weekend. So yeah, lots of good stuff going on in the NBA. And tonight we continue with 2 more games.
And hopefully we can pick up where the last podcast where we finished, going 13 and 15 on our podcast picks from Friday.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. So we're certainly not expecting to do that every day, but but we're gonna give you some good picks today.
Yeah.
All right. So you ready?
Yep.
All right. So as I was saying, the Knicks have fallen. They're 1-2 now against the Heat. The Heat are at home. Heat are -4.5, and the total's 208. So low scoring games these have been. And the Heat just seem to have the Knicks number. But this is basically the series, I think, right? Like if the Heat win tonight, I think it's over. So I expect the Knicks to come out, play their stars, big minutes, and hopefully tie it up.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they play big minutes as it is, but if there's ever a spot for Tibbs to, play his guys, which he likes to do, 40 minutes, it's for sure going to happen here. I think you also got Quickly's doubtful, so you got one rotation guy out of the picture. So that's extra minutes to be spread around amongst the rotation players. So, yeah, probably some good spots here, given the circumstances.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened Quickly. I'm going to guess it was an ankle, though, since that seems to be the theme of the playoffs. You know what happened to him?
I don't. I looked real quick and saw that it was doubtful. I don't have it here either.
It's fine. Yeah.
So let's start on the Knicks side. I liked our play. We put it up. What was that? Saturday. Brunson rebounds, right?
That was
so I like
great.
that. It's gone back. It's gone up. I shouldn't say back up, but it's up at 4.5 now, not 3.5. So I don't love it as much, but it's probably a pretty good bet. Especially, it was awesome when he got 5 rebounds in the first quarter?
I think he had 4 in the first quarter.
4. Okay.
It took him a while to get that 5th one, but yeah, I mean, you should feel pretty confident.
And he finished with 6, I think, right?
Yeah.
So I like that play again. I think you could definitely run that back. I also I like his assists here. So 5.5 assists, -140. The last 3 games he's played in Miami, 8, 6, and 8. So crushing that number. He's done in 4 of his last 6 in the playoffs. So I like that. I think you could go either way with Brunson here. That rebound, the 4.5 rebound line, or the 5.5 assist line. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty confident about the rebound line because that cashed pretty quickly. But again, with point guards, there's an element of luck with the rebound. So
yes.
I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. I think they're both good plays, so I think either one would be good. If you're not feeling overly confident about either, you could potentially alt them both down, right? Take less rebounds, less assists, something like that.
Yeah,
put them together.
Yeah, that's nice. Do a nice little 4 rebound, 5 assist parlay or something.
I tend to try to stay away from parlays. But I feel like as the playoff lines get sharper and sharper, there's probably more of a case to be made for alted parlays for the same player, right? I think it gets tricky when you start putting 2 players together. but the same player, obviously you minimize the injury risk
Yep.
by focusing all on one player. So,
Yeah.
so don't dismiss those yet.
No. I for sure. I mean, we've spoken about those, and I think given the increased minutes for a lot of these guys, it's those work in these playoff situations because a lot of them they're the counting stats. The more minutes you're gonna get, you're gonna get more volume. So, yeah,
Exactly.
that's a nice way to look at it. All right, Isaiah Hartenstein. I like his rebounds, 4.5 rebounds, -140. He played 26 minutes in each of the last 2 games. I think that trend continues. He's been playing well. It's a good matchup. I think they need him to play those extra minutes against Miami here. When he's played, I brought it down. When he's played 22 plus minutes this season, he's cleared that line in 28 of 29 games.
Wow.
Yeah. So 4.5 rebounds. Let's get that. Lock it in. We cashed on this a live bet a couple games ago, I think, because it wasn't available early, and he just blew. I think we got it live at 5.5, and he ended up having like 8 or 9 rebounds that game. So,
yeah. I mean, he's getting the extra run because the last 2 games because Mitchell Robinson's been getting in foul trouble, but. I foolishly thought, Mitchell Robinson would not get in foul trouble last game. Played his points, was very excited about that.
yeah.
Only to find that he wasn't. And you know what? Thibodeau seems to like Hartenstein a little bit better for some reason, right? I think he likes his hustle. He trusts him a little bit more. I don't know. So like you said, even if Robinson stays out of foul trouble, I could still see him getting 20 plus minutes. So it's a good play. I like it.
Yeah, I like that. And then carrying on with Hartenstein getting 20 or so plus minutes, you can get him to have 1 steal at -115. He's done it in 9 of his last 10 games when he plays 22 plus minutes. So I thought that was nice. If you want to get plus money, you could do 1.5 steals and blocks, which he's done in 9 of his last 11 games with 22 plus minutes, and that one's plus 105.
Nice.
So I thought those two were also pretty cool. Pretty nice bets. And then my last one, Josh Hart threes. The problem, though, is that 1 3 is like -200 or something like that. But you can get Josh Hart to have 2 threes for plus 230, which I thought is tremendous value.
Yeah.
The guy's starting. He's just been super clutch for the Knicks. They're relying on him big time, and he's cleared that the last 2 games in this series. So I could see that continuing as well, and I think that's a lot. Those odds are pretty awesome for.
Yeah, he's certainly open quite a bit from the 3-point line. So I think he's a good play there. So
yeah.
Okay, cool. I got one player on the Knicks side, guy who has not been treating us very well throughout the playoffs, but we're going to go back to the well. Julius Randle, over 8.5 rebounds. Okay. So I looked at, I think the last 2 games he's played 37 plus minutes. I think tonight he's going to play, unless he gets re-injured or something, he's going to play 37 plus minutes, if not 40 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
For the season, he is 23 for 28, which is an 82% hit rate when he plays 37 plus minutes, and he averages 12 rebounds in that. Now that is a little bit inflated from that like 1 month period in the middle of the season where he was like grabbing 16 rebounds a game or something like that. But nevertheless, high hit rate there. If I look at away games with 37 plus minutes, 11 for 11 on the season, averaging 13.3. So I think he offensively is struggling right now, but I think rebounds is the area where he can continue to contribute.
Yeah, I like that. He's definitely not somebody I'm looking to, while he could have a tremendous offensive game scoring wise, somebody not looking to target in that department. So yeah, this, I agree. This is the one place he can probably for sure help this team. And I like that. I've actually seen it go up too. I think you'll see it now at 9.5.
Okay.
So, but I think 9.5 is at, was that plus odds, like plus 105 or something. So
yeah,
you can definitely
probably still
down. Yeah,
probably still a good play at 9.5. All right, so that's that. I also liked his turnovers today.
I
He
looked at them too.
is 8 for his last
Yeah.
11, getting over 2.5 turnovers. Um, and versus Miami this year, he's 5 for 6,
Yeah.
getting 3 turnovers. So he just, I don't know, between the walking and throwing the ball away
The
and offensive
walking.
fouls and all this stuff. I mean, he's just not able to handle the Miami defense. And like the Knicks are getting beat up for, how they're handling Miami's pressure, but Miami's defense is legit. Like I think people aren't giving Miami enough credit,
Hmm.
between how they've handled the playing games, the first round against the Bucks, and now the Knicks,
Hmm.
who are also a pretty good offensive team. Like they know how to clamp down. So I like that play. I think he'll certainly get 3 turnovers if he plays 37 plus minutes.
Yes, I don't dig into those ones as much, but that was one I looked at this morning for sure. I was had a feeling about that one, and it was looking good. So I like that you were on that as well.
Okay,
Um,
cool. All right, moving over to the Heat side. You got anybody that over there?
I only got one guy that has we played him a lot, but sometimes he doesn't come through for us. Bam Adebayo. I like his rebounds as well. 7.5 rebounds, minus 140. He's done in 9 of 10 games this postseason, 4 straight against the Knicks, and 9 of 10 games when he plays 36 plus minutes, which I think he's averaging over that. So, yeah, I like that. You'll probably see it at 8.5 in some books now with plus odds. So, I would alt it down. I don't know if I like Julius at 9.5. I don't mind. Bam at 8.5. I'd be more scared of.
Yeah, I mean that guy should be able to get like
Should.
12. He had 12 rebounds last game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He should be able to do that every single game.
But he doesn't.
But he doesn't for some reason. So, yeah. So, but he's not that big, right? What is he, like
Yeah, he's
six
not.
nine, 6'10"? I mean, I think Julius Randle is actually bigger than him.
Yeah, or the same size. Yeah,
Yeah, but in
yeah,
terms of like ability to rebound, Julius is a better
yeah.
rebounder. So,
He's also
um,
better, significantly, but he's definitely better rebounding wise on the road than he is at home for whatever reason. So that's another reason why I like this at 8 rebounds and not, 8 plus rebounds and not 9 plus rebounds.
yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I liked Kyle Lowry, 10.5 points. He's got a 67% hit rate at home when he plays 24 plus minutes, which kind of seems to be where he's been playing of late since he's come back from the injury. He's 3 for 3 in the playoffs at home, scoring 33, 15, and 14. And Jimmy Butler played in all 3 of those games. So you obviously got to
Mhm.
look at that factor. So I think this line is just too low for him. I think he's obviously not the Kyle Lowry of old, but 11 points for a guy who will probably score 2 3 pointers
Yeah.
tonight is probably pretty good. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, his volume's not insane. Not
No,
looks these 9 field goal attempts, 4 threes, but yeah, he's got some pretty nice averages here. I mean, some scoring efficiency here so far. Yeah, I like that. He's been getting some more run than he. Well, I guess that's because of the departure of Tyler Hero and whatnot. So
they got nobody left.
yeah,
They
exactly.
seem to be getting better with less players. So
Yeah,
we'll see if they have anything left if they get past this round.
yeah.
All right, cool. So that's that game. Who are you picking? Knicks or Heat? Just straight up.
Knicks, I think. It just seems to be the way these playoffs have gone, right? We were talking about this the other day. Competitive series, but not competitive games a lot of the time, and it seems like there's a lot of back and forth. And whatever team is like up against the wall, seems like they have the more incentive and they've been the ones winning. So I'm gonna go with our New York Knicks.
Yeah, I hope
What do you
you're
think?
right. Um, I don't know. I mean, I think the Heat are playing way better, and way more resistant to kind of falling behind. I feel like when the Knicks fall behind, they're kind of just done, right? Like
Hmm.
they don't have a great ability to come back of late. Whereas the Heat, they could fall 15 points in the hole and they're still in the
Yeah,
game. So
yeah,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I hope so. With that said, the Heat aren't going to just give up on this game and give it up to the Knicks because if they do, basically the Knicks had the upper hand again. So this is
Yeah.
an important
Yep.
game for the Heat as well. So look for those players to play big minutes as well.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yep.
All right, let's move on. We got the Warriors at the Lakers. Again, home team is 2-1. Lakers are 2-1. -3 at home. Total is nicer in this one, 227.5. What do you like in here?
All right. For some reason, I couldn't. Even though with the higher total, you'd think you'd like some scoring props possibly, but these lines are just getting so sharp. It's just
so sharp.
It's so hard to find value. I ended up with more. I got some assist and rebound props here, and actually everything's on the LA side. I couldn't find anything on Golden State that I loved. So LeBron assists, 5.5 assists, -140. He's done in 4 or 5 at home this postseason. 16 of 18 on 1 day rest at home, which there's a lot of green in that chart. I love that one. And 21 of 26 at home when he plays 32 plus minutes. I think this is a really good one. One of my more favorite ones today, I think.
Well, that was also my only play on the Lakers side too. Right. So that should make you feel good. You know, What was interesting though, you didn't say this, he's only 4 of 10 in the postseason, which is why the line is suppressed down to 5.5, right? Mm-hmm. But 0 for 5 on the road and 4 for 5, like you said, at home. Yeah. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is.
And I mean, you also kind of have to look at his point. I'm not going to do it because I got trashed the other day for fading LeBron. But his line is 26.5 points. He's only cleared that in 2 of 10 games in the playoffs so far. So
I know you got trashed the one day he cleared it, but then the next day he didn't even attempt a field goal in the first quarter. It was 13 minutes into the game before he even attempted a field goal. So I think I find this. I think what LeBron does is he tries it, like he's saving up his energy. Like it's not just a coincidence that he didn't take any field. If LeBron wants to shoot, he's going to shoot. Like he didn't shoot for a reason. You know what I mean? Part of that reason was because Russell was so hot, and he was like, "All right, let's ride Russell here." But
but he doesn't even bring the ball up a lot too. If you watch, he's passing the ball, at least early in the game. He's passing the ball up to Russell. I mean, and obviously that's your point guard, even though Russell doesn't think he's a point guard. But he, he's not looking to have the ball in his hands a lot, which might be by design, right?
Yeah, so he's saving energy or something, Yeah.
But yes, you could also play the other day that failed was first quarter under. It's 6.5. He's only done this in 3 of 10 games in the postseason so far. He did have 14 on the one day we played it.
Well, he was just hot from 3. I mean, that's all it was. He knocked down 2 or 3.
It's a good reminder in the playoffs. Like if you find a spot that's good and it doesn't hit, it doesn't mean you should abandon it. You should probably continue to play it.
Go back to it. Yeah,
because the odds are that it's going to hit. So, so that might also be a good play today. But out of LeBron's stats, going back to your original play, I do like the 5.5 assists. So I'm riding that with you. All right.
Nice. All right.
Who else do you like on the Lakers?
I think I also like AD assists, 2.5 assists, -130. He's done this in 10 of 13 games when he plays 32 plus minutes, and 11 of 15 at home with 32 plus minutes. That was the only line he got. I liked him the other night. These weren't official picks because we were a little worried about value-wise what we were putting out there officially. But unofficially, I was liking his points, rebounds, and assists. Independently, he got hooked on the points, he got hooked on the rebounds, but he cleared that assist line. So I'm gonna run that back and go with AD over 2.5 assists, -130.
Yeah, that's good. I think sometimes that line it's usually 2.5, but sometimes it could be up to -150. So I feel like we're getting some good value. Now this is the alternate AD game, right? Came off of a big game.
That's right.
So now we're back to, what is this, an even game? Where he plays terrible. So,
but the one thing that doesn't affect the assists. It's the points and rebounds that go down and up and down and up. But the assists, a little bit more consistency there. So that's why I like it. Yeah,
it's hard to go too much down and too much up on a 3
Exactly.
3 assist line.
This is true.
That's awesome. I like
Yeah.
that. Well, you know, I'm always good for a big man assist play. So
Yeah. Some of our favorite
nice.
plays. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What else you got on the
And then I
Lakers
just
side?
thought Austin Reeves rebounds, 3.5 rebounds is minus 160. He's done this in 9 of his last 11 games. He didn't get there. I think he didn't cash it last game, but otherwise he's been pretty money with 4 rebounds. So he got a little less run because the game kind of got away, at the end there. Almost the whole 2/3 of the fourth quarter were just benches playing. So
Right.
yeah, so I think this will be more competitive, hopefully, and I could see Reeves having no problem.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah,
that's a good play.
yeah,
He kind of like went from like the most popular player in the country to like disappearing in the last week, right?
yeah. He has, yeah, he has
He's
disappeared
really
the last week.
fallen off. It's good. He needed a little bit of a reality check.
Yeah,
All right. So is that all? Is that all you got? I got some on the
that's all
Warriors
I got.
side.
Hit me with your Golden State
All
props.
right, I got 2 more plays. The first one, your least favorite player on the Warriors, Jordan Poole. I've been playing this like every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we posted, sometimes we haven't. But
Yeah,
Jordan Poole, RA over 5.5,
yeah.
minus 127. He's, I think, 6 for 7 against the Lakers so far this season, hitting this. And more importantly, looking at the playoffs, this current series, he's got 6, 7, and 9. And he's putting up 9 in some of these games where there's like he's only playing like 20 minutes or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good play. I think he's a little bit blowout proof as well. Like even when the game is blown away, he's kind
They'll
of the
still have
one
him out
warrior
there.
who stays out on the court.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good play. 5.5 RA. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I know we've been you've been riding that one, so yeah, I like that as
Yeah,
well. And yeah, like you said, the blowout, which most of these games have been so far this series, right? Is nice to have him to not have to worry about that blowout as much. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So last one I got is Andrew Wiggins, 5.5 rebounds, minus 140. So what I liked about this is he's done this in only 6 of 10 in the playoffs, which isn't a bad hit rate, right?
Mm-hmm.
60% hit rate.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm throwing out the first 2 games of the playoffs, which are the first 2 games he had played in like 2 months,
Yes.
right? So obviously getting his legs back. He missed both of those, but since then he's 6 for 8 in the playoffs, right? Including last game where he had 9 rebounds in only 28 minutes. So I think I don't know what effect Looney, being out of the starting lineup is having on Wiggins, but I would think it would be a positive effect in terms of his ability to grab some more early game rebounds. What do you think?
I like it. I'm a little worried. Do they go back to Looney? Like, what's going on with Looney? Why he was crushing, and now they played the second game in a row. They took him out of the starting lineup, and now he's it was not a good result last time. Like, what? I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, how many minutes? Well, first of all, I've been looking at RotoWire for the lineups, and they've been spot on this particular series. So
Mm-hmm.
they have Green starting again tonight. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. He
How many
played 16
minutes?
minutes last game.
Right. So he's like down from. Remember when we were on him, he was playing close to 30 minutes. So
Yep.
that
Mm-hmm.
that definitely has, I mean, you're talking about a guy who was putting up 20 rebounds coming.
Yeah.
That's 10 less rebounds
But I don't understand it
for
because he
him.
did it against the Lakers. Like, I don't know. It's a bit confusing to me here. But
Steve Kerr has got some weird plans. I think
yeah,
he's like waiting to like get them into like a 1-3 hole so that they can come back and, and have like a historic story. But I don't know what's going on there. But
yeah,
yes, I think regardless if he plays or doesn't play, I think Wiggins
yeah.
has been pretty hot. And what I didn't like is he only played 28 minutes, but again, that was probably because the blowout.
The
So
whole
I think
fourth quarter was a wash,
yeah,
basically. Yeah,
I think this, like you said, I think this game is a little bit more competitive than the previous one. I think he gets 30 plus minutes tonight. I think he ends up with probably 7 or 8 rebounds. So should clear this with a good margin.
I like it. I had a question
Oh,
for you.
yes,
What are your
please.
feelings on Steph tonight?
Yeah, I was looking at that. It was,
I want to bet him. Like, but does Vandy just have his number and just just really shutting him down? Is that what it
I
is?
think it's not just Vandy. I mean, I think he is a great defender, but he also only played 20 minutes last game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Lakers, with all the mid-season moves that they made, picked up a lot of good defensive players, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've got a lot to throw at him. And I don't know. He also started slow in the Sacramento series,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think the last games 3, 4, 5, something like that, maybe 6, whatever one, he had like 50 points, but he definitely
Yeah.
picked it up in the second half of that series. So this could be the pivotal game for him where he turns it
Mm-hmm.
around. But as much heat as AD is getting for his like inconsistent performance, Steph has been pretty bad in the playoffs so
Yeah.
far.
People are much
Right?
more quick to heap criticism on AD than Steph. It take a lot more for
Yeah.
Steph to get that. But yeah, again,
Steph can have one good game, and it will overshadow the 4 bad games that he has. That's just how he
yeah,
is. Because
yeah.
his one good game is just so good. So hopefully I would love to see them tie this up tonight, and I would love to see him put up one of those historic like 40, 50 point performances.
Yeah,
Cool.
I feel like you're getting a big game from either Steph or Clay tonight. I know Clay as well was super pumped for that last game. Only ended up with like 15, I think. So I could see one of them going off big here. It's just a matter of who it's going to be. But I want to bet on Steph tonight, but it's just the data doesn't back it up.
Yeah, I mean, just remember, I haven't looked at this to validate it, but just to plant the seed again, we've talked about this in the past. He generally is a better second half player.
Mm-hmm.
So if the game is relatively close at halftime, and he's having a poor first half,
Mm-hmm.
you might want to look at an in-game play on him too, because I think he tends to heat it up in the second half.
Although we did notice the books are on to that.
Oh yeah. He had one. He had 1-3 with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, and the line on him was still what, 4.5
Four
threes?
and a half for the second. Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, that was crazy. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, we're not as smart as we think we are, I guess.
Yeah. All
All right,
right.
very good. So, yeah, we'll figure out this. Also, as the day progresses, this is still pretty early in the day, especially for this later game. Some more lines are going to come out, so we'll see if we can find something else in addition to what we talked about today.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay, enjoy.
You too. Thanks.